up. Just give me a sec. I'm getting things ready. Alright. Well, I'm dying. Wondering how Discord is doing, cause I just gave out. I'm now doing a server for you guys, or well, I did, but I just kind of just trying. I'm gonna get social media after this episode. Hello there, everyone. Greetings. You're probably wondering why the fuck I'm wearing this, right? It's because I want to keep my identity a secret. Anyway, so here's my cat. She's probably gonna act crazy around me because I'm wearing this mask. Are you scared of me? So this is my cat. This is my kitty. This is my kitty. A beautiful little cat. She looks so horrified by what I'm wearing. She's like, what the heck am I being held by? It's like this monster. And there's a notification. I wonder what that could be. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have like 2 different channels. One is just gone forever that I just lost. And so I realized by mistake I could do a Q&A on myself. I wonder if I can get the notification to do that. I wonder if it works. Oh wow, it works. Cool. Well, I'm making sure that no one else sees whatever the heck this is. Alright, well, there we go. I tried. Alright, so I'm gonna ask you guys, or at least this is what I'm gonna be calling my Q&A. Right about now, hold up. Well, I'm doing the Q&A right about now. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Making sure that the screen is right. So, this has been a thing for a while. I know that I've been taking a long while making episode after episode. I've been very connected with Disconnected as a series. But I am worried that I'm taking too long. And I also realize I don't have a social media, so you know what? I'm going to try to get something. The reason why I don't have one? I don't trust it because of how toxic their communities are. So I'm just going to probably have one on the computer instead and just let that be that. I'm surprised that no one is here in this chat right about now. It's surprising. I'm wondering if I can... sorry. I wonder if I can find at least something. But with this, you guys are here to at least... I'm gonna ask questions. Or at least you guys are gonna ask me questions. And I am going to answer those questions. It's about the series, and it's about what I'm gonna do later on in the future of the series. But it is the start. And also, why the hell is my chair this squeaky? Jesus H Almighty. Kitty, do you have a reason for it? Or are you just gonna act surprised like I'm just some sort of strange entity? Alright. Anyway. So answer away. Give me your best Q&A questions and answers if I can wait. Because I'm just gonna keep looking around and finding at least some pals of mine who do want to know at least a little bit of what I'm gonna be doing in the series. I think for the few episodes of me making it, the few people that did in fact great during the few episodes I've made was Lycan, and I believe I forgot. I call him Music Man because that's what he is in VR chat, but basically Betrayal is the few that in fact did great during episodes 1 and 2. He was the creature, and he still is. And with that, a lot of the creation process is still a bit difficult, to say the least. A lot of the problems is that I'm starting to have this nervousness that I'll be too late to do a thing. So when I officially do get an episode out, it's taking too long, which is why I get really nervous. And I'm trying to keep myself from peer pressure. I'm making sure that I'm not going through that amount of pain again. I'm not going through the ideas I'm gonna force myself to work 24 hours just for like a single episode. I'm making sure I'm keeping myself mentally stable, yet still doing what I'm doing. And I'm making sure all of y'all at least get something. Get at least something out of this series, server, anything. It's just all about the worries I'm getting. It's gonna be a long wait. It's gonna be a long, long ass wait. The mask is still... It gets really hard because you're wearing these. You had to wear these glasses so you can actually get the masks to finally fit. Because the mask is a classic mask from Japan. And I love Japan. Yet still, this mask does not fit my face. It is pretty cool though. I'll give you that. But I could probably tell that you're interested in all the stuff in here. Oh, yeah, that's my cat. That is my cat. And hello there, newest person in this entire case. Welcome to it. I could tell you could see a cat. It is my cat. Would you like a closer look? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Here's the closer look of the cat. Here's a kitty. My adorable, adorable baby. So adorable. Adorable. You can get a good look at her. Get a good look. Because she's heavy. I'm gonna get her to boop the screen. Boop. go free. She is, oh yeah, she is very adorable. And she's afraid of this mask. But anyway, welcome to the Q&A of Disconnected, where I'm gonna answer a few questions from the series, from the 2 episodes I have had while being here. And hello there, kitty. Oh wait, that's the wrong part of the face. My face is broken. Ah! Alright, but this is the Q&A for Disconnected. You guys can ask questions. You guys can go all the way. I will figure out how the best way to answer it without spoiling it. If you ask about anything from what's gonna happen next, I will not give out. I will give out vague clues, but not about what's in them. But you guys can still ask about things in the series Disconnected. Would you like to? Reaper the Ark. Will you answer, or are you just kind of dead? I'm kind of wondering. I guessing not. You're just gonna. I've been Apparently, the person on the other side just isolated themselves because as soon as oh no, my headset. The person that literally asked about the cat just disappeared. Where the heck did he go? Are you not answering because the cat's not here? Is that the situation we're going with? What questions do you have? Hold on, I'm wondering. If I type it in, will he just respond? I may have spelled it a little wrong, but you know what? YOLO. But still, during this, when I have the time, or at least before I make episode 3, I'm gonna just make live streams of Q&As after at least an episode goes by. I'm just gonna do it because it's just fun. Let's let people start questioning. It's always great to learn. There will not. Oh, where's it? When villain are? Well, there's not really a villain in the series Disconnected. As well, for starters, one, they're on an alien planet and there's only 2 peeps. So the question is, how would there ever be a villain arc when there's 2 people surviving on a planet? But no, there will not be there's not gonna be a survivor who just kind of turns against them because 1, it's kind of pointless, and 2, I just don't like villain arcs that just kind of pop out of nowhere during a survival case, like plot twist, it turns out that this guy's the bad guy. No. But there could be, but I was surprised. But I do have surprising amount of horror aspects. There is a villain in the story, but it's not a person. Or at least, it's not a thing that we can really describe. as a sentient being. But is there any other questions, Reaper Arc? Alright, Cap, are you just gonna, oh, you're just gonna sit out there, hold up, I'm gonna get you the sun. Alright. You just have only one. You're like, okay, only one question. Is there a villain? And I'm like, the sun is shining bright. I'm surprised that you guys don't ask about the story, the planet, the creatures, nothing. I'm surprised you guys don't ask about any of that yet. But it's probably because there's only like one person. I'm gonna try to get a bunch of other people into this. Hold up. I'm just going to do this. Yeah. With this situation here, I am going to bring a bunch of people here for Q&As. A bunch of my friends, to be exact. But now that we're here... No, I am not gonna add a creepypasta that lasted 20 years ago. No. I will rather die on this earth than bring Sonic.exe. And besides, it wouldn't really make any sense since he wouldn't really be a meme that would exist in this point of time. At that point, Sonic.exe would have been as close as the age of Vine at that time. Since the series is taking place in 2071. So honestly, Sonic.exe would just be known as that meme that only your grandparents know at that point. But still, the point still stands is that this is not a universe with demons and all. But there are definitely strong forces in this world. I do know my friend Lycan. My friend Lycan, he's making this new series. It's the Shade series. Now, I did try to help him with this. I said help for a reason, and I said try for a reason, because seriously, the episode had no single script. I gave him a script, I gave him a list. What does he do? Throws that shit away. And no! Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. This is gonna be great. I know you're trying to be jokey, but I'm taking the question seriously, okay, man? Because, like, keep in mind, we're at a different time point in this series, in a different universe. So, a lot of things sort of are off in this time point. Or at least in this timeline, which I have not gave full lore advice into it, unless you guys want to ask about history, which I don't think any of you guys are gonna even ask. And I think I scared that dude because I just said Sonic is old school at this time. Because he stopped answering. Oh, Oh, sweet, I remember, it's Shifty. What's up, man? Oh, either it's someone else, man. Um, hold up. You know what? I'm just gonna Shifty. If that's you, make a clap emoji. I was lied to. Hold up. Yeah. Yeah. If that's you, Shifty, sorry, Shifty's like one of my friends in this case. He's a good amigo. Hold up. Shifty, if you're there, place a cat emoji. All right, there we go. That is him. What's up, Shifty? All right. Is there questions about the lore because I've just updated the server I created, so a few people may know a small smidge bit of the lore of this universe. It's gonna take a while probably for you to answer. I'll answer either way. What questions you got? So, I'm surprised that a lot of people at this point are not here. I'm just gonna send the Q&A to everyone. I know these ones are not gonna answer, but alright, so Shifty, what questions do you have today that will answer? And also, why is my cat in the middle of the death sun behind me? She's just like, oh, were you surprised by my holy voice? Don't worry, mine is dead. And yes, I do look stupid in this. But this is for only to keep my identity a true secret from the internet, because I'm not letting my face be exposed this quickly. I'm just not. So anyway, let's ask the questions of the Q&A for Disconnected. What is the... So, the planet is, in fact, from a far galaxy. It's at least beyond the planet... I did not really have a name for the planet, per se, but I did think of a few concept names. One of which that kept sticking was Eden. Planet Eden, in this case. Because I have a sort of reason for naming it Eden. But I don't really know. Hoping the garden out there is safe. My backyard is dying. But the planet's a little weird, if I remember. The concept was basically the planet just does not move, as well as the sun and the moon. They just weirdly are in the same place, and there's like legit no reason why. And that was what the craziness of what the planet was. But that's the case. Hold on, let me get even more stupid. Yeah, that's how you make it look crazy. But like, I never really had a legit name for the planet. The only real name I could think of that really did stick with it was Eden. The planet Eden. Isn't that... The only person that agreed was that one. That one right there, Miku. Just sitting there be like, oh yeah. I'm sorry, what? Is it canon that the tornadoes attack in your planet? Are you saying like there's like storms on the planet? Because if you're just saying storms, yeah, there's storms. They're just not our storms in this case. Think of more like scavenge rain. Range in this case, where basically there's a weird storm system in this case, and that's kind of the craziness about it. The storm systems are bizarre, to say the least, which would make sense because the planet's like frozen in place, so a lot of the places are just bizarre storms. In fact, that might be something that might happen later on. We'll get back to that later when the episode does come out. But there's still some unknown questions on the planet that, in fact, why hello there. Welcome to the Q&A. Another person joined. The disconnected Q&A is here. Yeah, and I'm also wearing this to keep identity and all that. Looks stupid, but hey, it works. You know, the funny thing was it was either that or the gas mask. I chose the right choice, because honestly, this just sounds stupid. Anyway, questions about the series. Since episode 1 and 2 have officially came out at this point, what are some questions that you may ask? It could be about legitimately everything. I bet you ask. What do you mean you don't know my voice? It's me, dang it. Oh no, oh crap, I'm bleeding. I scratched myself so severely I bled myself. Yeah, it's Komodo here. I'm wearing the mask for identity safety. But anyway, I got only 2 people here to ask me questions about my series, so let's see what we got. While my cat's just sitting there licking... I don't even think I can even say what the heck she's doing. Because I know she's licking, but I just can't tell. Yeah, of course you knew. Of course you knew. I feel like the space point is farther. It like takes 5 seconds to reach to that destinational point. So Dan is a human in this case. So when I was editing and trying to get the effects to work, he is supposed to bleed common red blood in this case. But Flare is in fact I think I remember I make up names just in case, but she's a Foxatorian in this case, where they kind of bleed this orangish blood, which is kind of the reason why she's orange. So she bleeds orange, and my character just bleeds red, like what I'm doing right now. Just blood. But depending on what species, there's different blood that they bleed. And my cat, what the heck are you doing? So I got my dice that I still keep for classics. And it's still great too. What is your character's backstory? I can't fully tell you the backstory, but I can at least give you a small snippet of what might be the few characters. Just explain what character you kind of want me to go with, because after episode 3, there's gonna be like a lot more characters that we learn more about, but are not in the series. So at least answer me what kind of characters you want me to answer. Connor. Which ones? There's Flair, which, if you're gonna ask about Flair, always ask Lycan in this case, because that's his character that he just has in the series. She's a great character. And then the one I created, which is Dan. So the question is, which backstory do you want to learn? What is the question? I see a bunch of hundreds, more hundreds than ever. There's a lot of hundreds. If you're gonna ask about Flair, always ask Lycan, because he's the one that created the character. I'm just kind of letting him choose what his backstory's, like his character's backstory is. Which, I do know, she's like an engineer and all that. But Dan is a character that I want to dive in as a person, because he has a lot of things that happened to him before he became a spacer. I don't want to fully at least give out some lore about what he was like before being a spacer, but at least I gave out some in episode 2. But I could give you at least a lot more about Dan in this case, because I know him a bit more. Since, well, I play him in VR chat, so it's the logical decision to actually just, know him. It's like knowing your own shadow. Like, yeah, bitch, I know you, man. I guess I explained small amount of Dan. Dan kind of worked as a janitor in one of the business because of some difficult family matters in this case. Difficult family matters. And he might have gone. I'm not gonna explain how he became a spacer, but it was mere lucky chance that he got to be a spacer, because it's rare for him as a spacer. He always wanted to be part of the space era, but since his parents basically were they did not really think it was a good idea to go to the space era, because it was still controversial at this point in time. So a lot of the difficulties of his characters that he kind of worked from the bottom, and and luckily something kind of happened to get him to the top, where he got to be a scientist in this, the Project Typhon in this case. And then we get to where we are right now. He's kind of been this person where he's a good person, but he has like dreams of something bigger. And oh my goodness, I messed up the table. he has like this dream of going beyond his planet and like exploring and loving out there. He was that kid that loved movies about going beyond your planet, like Wally and Avatar and a whole bunch of others. And yes, they are still around even though they have aliens in them that don't exist in this point. No, 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 Connor. It's not too late for you to join. I'm honestly for episode 3. You might actually finally be in it for once because I'm not gonna spoil it, but at least there is gonna be something that does with the camera in this case that may cause a few bugs. But there's still some things I'm not gonna answer about what happens. I've just sort of realized what I've been doing with the episodes. It's still pretty difficult to figure it out. All right, bet. It's like objection. This mask is tiresome. Hold on. I turn off the AC. Give me a moment. All right. All right, back. Turn it back on. Any more Q&As that we can all go through? I'm surprised no one else has came here. Literally sent I have literally just sended all this to hundreds of different types of chats. Hold up, maybe I just need to do it the old-fashioned way. Alright. Well, okay, I sent some information. I am gonna expect nothing much than that because I'm still here. The only reason why I'm here is because I got sick. I felt better during the middle of the day. But hey, at least I can do a Q&A. And that rhymed 3 times. I just realized that. What the heck is wrong with me? Am I Dr. Seuss Jr.? Point of faith, am I Dr. Seuss? Shit. No! Can't be. It can't be. Liar. Liar. That only works with gods. But still, let's see how many questions are in this series, because since episode... Yeah, I know. I feel like it's a minute away from what I'm doing, because, like, you will say something, and then after I do that, a minute later, you just kind of answer for me. It's like me talking to a sloth. It's like, how did you react it at that point when it's already done? Alright. Come here, kitty. Alright. Oh god. You didn't see nothing under this mask. Yeah, I think it is like a minute away. Yeah, it is. It's like a minute away before you answer. It's like something crazy. So when I do ask the question, you kind of have like I have like a minute before you actually answer. It's weird. Hey, no, come back. No. Hmm. I'm just gonna. Well, I'm just gonna get the thingamabob to at least message a bunch of peeps what the heck I'm doing. I think Shifty disappeared at this moment, but hey. At least we got a few peeps in here that I'm gonna send to that I'm gonna send a few to the thing that I needed. I'm gonna tell you something funny. I had by far the worst. Oh, hello there. Oh, hey, what's up, man? This is the welcome to the Q&A. Oh, it's another pal of mine. Oh wait. Oh. Well, I was in a rage a while ago. Now I'm not anymore. I'm gonna talk about the worst ever D&D player I ever had. And oh. So I had the worst D&D player I can ever think of. So y'all know. So do y'all know Nom and Sin? They're in maybe the server, but they're sorry if I'm doing this, I'm texting for a moment. Okay, so if you guys know Nom and Sin, I'm gonna say this clearly, was the worst player I've ever had as ever. Because So Sim was the worst player because, for starters, one, he was super stubborn as a player. He would not follow simple rules. Cause okay, I'm gonna explain. I had a Pokemon server that was basically Pokemon D&D, and basically I had two simple rules. One, you cannot be a mythical or legendary in this game. And that include paradoxes and ultra beasts because they are too goddamn powerful. He wouldn't follow or work with any of it. And two, you have to start off with square one. He would not follow that either. I was patient. I'm a patient person. I can, if I if I think you can do it, you can do it. I can wait. But if you're gonna push my buttons, then you're just gonna expect me to fight back. But still, with this, but still with this, when we did get there, he just watched the D&D thing. He finally got his character working. It was this Pokemon. It was this bat. Oh. And I asked him at least more than 3 times to get his character sheet done. Yeah, he does not listen. He did not listen when I asked him for the final time, and when he did not listen, he pushed my buttons. And I finally had enough, and I kicked his ass out of the goddamn server. But still, that was by far the few things I think were great. But here's the thing about me. If you're gonna play, you have to follow at least my rules. You don't follow any, and if you act like an asshole, then you're just expecting pain to occur. Sheer amounts of pain. I just realized I could do that. But still, back to the Q&A of my series. Sorry if I went on a rant on that. It's just that I got so pissed off because it took like 3 attempts and I warned him multiple times that if he didn't, he would get kicked, and yet there he goes. I'm surprised that Nalm has him as a friend. I'm surprised. Because, like, Nalm is either very, very, very sympathetic for this guy, or he just does not know. And also, I gotta fix up my screen because it's not fitting in within the screen. There we go. But still, I'm gonna go back to the Q&A. Everybody would like to ask a question more about the lore, because I can always ask about the lore. The lore is still fresh and new at this point, so there could be new parts, new ideas that could take place in the past, because, well, this is taking place in 2071, so lore is still a difficult struggle. Also, my eyes. I feel my fucking knee. Oh, there you go. The few people I've not heard from again is Nalm. Not because he's not around, it's just that when I try to press invites on him in VR chat, he just does not answer. He's either gone or something else, I don't know. Get crowbarred. So, for everyone here, what questions do we have for this? We got the series still going. I sent. Okay, hold on, I gotta take a break. I gotta take a break from the mask. Give me a moment. I can still see you guys. I'm just. My ears. This, this is the thing. The mask does not fully fit my face because it's supposed to kind of, it's supposed to. But I guess seeing people from Japan don't expect my face to be this large. So it's kind of, it only goes through like to the point of where the top of my lip is. So it just hurts to kind of wear, but I'm making sure I'm doing this so I don't get my face exposed. Oh, let me just I'm just gonna lift the camera up so you guys get blinded by the sun. So anyway, any more Q&As that we got while you guys are dying from the sun? I'm just taking a little break from the mask so I can make sure everything's here. We got Insane over here. Alright, I got the mask back on. Everything's cool now. More Q&A for this disconnected creation. Because the Q&A is still going. My eyes! I think it does take a minute for you guys to actually fully answer, because like it feels like, because like that happened like only like in 20 seconds ago, and then when I turn it back, we get someone that says my eyes. Anyway, more Q&A for the series. What questions do you have? I can even ask questions about like what beings are strong or what beings are powerful and all that. We can even question creatures. I know episode 2 has some difficulties, which kind of just did with me kind of having a little bit of a stress reliever. I was just very stressed at that point and just did, because of a lot of things failed during the creation of it. It was just not a good time. But still, Q&A for the series. What questions do we have for the lore? Oh, I gotta crack my neck up. There we go. My neck is fully just solid. I'm telling you the truth. I feel like my thing is made of ice. Hold up. It's just like, it just sounds like shattered rocks back there, and it's like, that's not a good thing. But still, guys, who wants to hear more about the Q&A in this point? Because we're still doing this. But we're here. I'm sorry, what? Insane, what the heck are you talking about? No, you are dead. I'm just keeping the idea that we're just doing this. No one here has appeared yet, or at least no one has fully asked the question. All we got was just a chit chat of my eyes and you gay, with 2 question marks and 2 Y's for some reason. I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay. Honestly, I'm surprised that you guys did not make a joke off this. Because, like, this barely fits my face. Barely. But anyway, more questions about the series we got. And that's insane. If you want me to answer that, then that's a different topic. But let's ask about the series. What are some questions that we got? We got a few. We just don't got many. Because I could still answer amounts of lore for you guys. Lore, I say. Lore! So, what questions can we go and answer this one? Because I'm just going to talk through this. Because I think that I take a minute when I'm recording to process during this. So, yes, a different time point. Basically, if you're talking about the series, then yes, it's taking like a completely different time in the timeline. But right now, when I'm streaming, it's taking like a minute for you guys to answer after what you guys say. So like I'm responding to you and waiting. But still, it was either the fox mask or this to disguise my identity, and I don't think it's gonna be really easy to disguise to talk to yourself like this. But still, what Q&A can we go? What questions do we have about the series that we have not had an answer for a while? No one has answered anything about the series Disconnected yet. And Voltage has not even came, even though I sent an invite to join the stream. Honestly, I think Voltage just does not trust me anymore. He has lost trust for everyone. I'm telling you, man. It's time for a revolution on this one. But still. What do we have for questions of Disconnected? What questions do we have? And you see why I kept the glasses, right? You see why I kept them. It makes sure for the mask to stay on my face. Okay. Shit. The mask. I need to fix this. There we go. It's gonna probably take a minute for you guys to process what I just went through because it's just weird. Streaming is weird. Streaming is legit weird. But still, questions. Let's ask some questions. It's a Q&A for a reason. We ask questions. I'm just gonna bring people that I know that are online right now. The Q&A. Alright. Yeah. Nope. No, that's not working. That's not working. There we go. It's a little difficult. No one has answered yet. No one has answered, but yet I will wait. Because I think it takes a minute for the process of the stream to tell me that you guys answered. Well, I'm still waiting for questions. Guys, give me questions so I can answer them. Give me questions about the series that you may or may not be interested in. Because I will, in fact, answer them. And you will answer the Q&A like this cat does. But still, this cat does in fact need some attention from the screen. Here we go. Okay, this is still a bit crazy. I'm still figuring out if there's anyone who will in fact join the stream. Still a little lame. Oh, we got someone that'll be right back. I'll be right back as well. I'm gonna take a little break. You guys still there? Alright, let me just get some things ready. Alright, let me just get my thing back on. Let me get this shit back on. Alright. Yeah. Alright, I'm back. Ugh. Hello there, little Gent. Great. Hello there. Welcome to the Q&A of Disconnected, where I can answer questions about the series. What questions do you have for lore purposes? because we got many, many, many pieces of lore for all of y'all. But still. Okay, Lilligant, please explain in a simpler way, because there's so much lore in this universe that I can only answer it in a way that does not spoil. Ask me specifically what kind of lore you're looking for. But there is lore in this. Okay. With this, and also, why is my cat? It looks like she's been dissolving the sun. What the heck? Why do you look like you're eating the sun? But the time for so the timeline's a little weird in this universe. And so with this, the whole hello there, Nom. So basically, the year is 2071 when the series start, around December, at least around Christmas. That's when they crash. They crash around like when Christmas is in this point in time. Though, to be fair though, at this point, their ship is more like, kind of like how Japan treats Christmas, where they're more like, Kentucky Christmas! I'm just joking. That's a wrong joke to go with. No, nope, I'm changing myself. Nope. But to be fair though, the chicken in Japan is fucking delicious. But the time point where we start in Disconnected is Christmas around 2071. So basically, they crash around December. Which is kind of sad to say. Like, literally for Christmas, they don't get friendship. They get a ship that crashes and explodes. What are some other questions you guys would like to ask? Because there's so many I can go with. And like that, they do not answer. Maybe it just only takes a few seconds and they're just kind of waiting. I do think Voltage does not trust me anymore. I don't know what I did to piss him off or you that make him ignore me. I know he's busy and all that, but at least during the weekends he should at least be like, oh hey man, did I accidentally piss this man off? I don't know. Oh, what? Logan, okay, what? So, are you like questioning the living creatures that live on the planet, or are you just like asking about any sort of species, Logan? Because those are two different situations. Now, the planet, which I just don't really know what to call it. I've just been calling it Eden for a while. Eden. The planet does not have sentient life forms. In this case, the planet that our characters are stuck on, there's no like human or civilization or anything like that. There are things that are close to that point. But they're not fully in that humanized civilization intelligence. But there are, in fact, if you're talking about every single planet, there is, in fact, at least one. There's always 1 out of 50 planets. There is sentient civilizations on planets, and that's what kind of and that's kind of the situation in the space war. Because there used to be more, and now there's not that many. And I did mention it during Bezel Corp. Hold up, you know what? Let's watch. I'm gonna move my screen a bit so I can get this to work. I'm gonna go onto the channel where we have the creations and all that. Just give me a moment. No. Oh my goodness, I could do Inception if I want to, but I'm not gonna do it. So I do remember, so this commercial, the Bezel Corp special, is in fact a real commercial in their universe. This is like what Bezel Corp does. It uses this commercial right here. And YouTube, you can't copyright my own video, dumbass.
Welcome. I'm D. Fraudman, a spacer of Bezel Corp, and I'm here to show you the wonders of Bezel Corp. In 2065, after the gruesome space war, Shakira Luno created Bezel Corp to ensure peace throughout the galaxy.
This is in fact a real commercial that exists in their universe, per se. I'm wondering. Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm wondering, can I put you guys in it so I can actually see ya? Or is there like no?
We ensure this by supplying the people with a variety of resources, among them including our biomechanical plant life, which can survive even the harshest of conditions.
I love how Skips, when he did do this, he like went like ugh! like he was struggling to say the line. It makes it kind of funny. But still, yeah.
Our advanced computer systems.
This is the few pieces of lore that we have had for the series. A lot of the episodes now, they all create lore. In this case, so a lot of the lore per se has some amounts of connections in the thing. Let me at least get my screen. Let me at least get the screen back to normal. There we go. More Q&A. Here we go. What more lore do you want to know, Lilligant? I got plenty of lore for days, including what happened, including the questions from others. By the way, I've not seen you for a long time. Where the heck were you? But still, let's see. What do we got during this? Yes, you. Of course it's you. I want to ask, I want to know the question. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. I just don't get why when I try to press invite in VR chat, I could not. You would just be like, no. You'd be like, but I do ask, is there any more questions? Would you like to learn about some lore? Wow, this has been an hour of filming. Nice. Let me take this off because I'm not gonna be listening to anything. I'm just gonna be reading Q&A. So Logan, what is your Q&A questions? Did I break something? What? I heard like a little tiny crack. Never mind. It's probably nothing. What are some questions would you like to learn about in this universe? Is that all the questions, or do you have more? Explain like what life forms you're talking about, because remember, there's the ones that live in civilizations and the planet that the series is taking place on, which is an unknown wild planet. So, kind of explain what you're asking. Well, hello again. Welcome to the Q&A. Zario. This is where we ask questions about my series, Disconnected. I just made this so we can finally have a Q&A. What questions of my series would you like to learn about? Lilligan's still answering, yet I still question what the heck he's saying, because you need to explain a little bit more. The planet in the series is technically not a wasteland, but it's not a planet with societies. It's basically a wild planet where biology weirdly just does not work. In the community, let me get that out. I remembered I made clearly the series to work is that I may have said Dan may have sort of talked about the biology making legit no sense on the planet. It's not really legit a wasteland, because a wasteland would have at least something to be dangerous. This really just does not. It just has weird life forms that just don't biologically work. Like the trees, for example. The trees are strange because they have spines in them, which makes no sense because... Oh, what? I turned off the camera. Whoops, wrong one. Which makes no sense because trees don't need spines. So a lot of which is that the biology on the animals are strange yet natural. And plus, you've seen the episodes. You know that's not a wasteland. When does a forest became a wasteland? So, Zenario, do you have any questions about anything? Dan in the series has a spacesuit because he's a little nervous because for starters, one, it's an unknown planet. You're not supposed to breathe the oxygen on an unknown planet because of bacterias. But Flair does not have a suit, and she's breathing fine. The air is fine on the planet that they're stuck on, but there are definitely planets out there in the galaxy that are impossible to breathe. So there's that in this case. I'm gonna get more and more from my little episodes and all that, because I don't think many people even know I even made an episode 2, because there's only 3 views. I'm gonna start getting myself an Instagram. I don't think you get the situation I'm asking here. This is not our the series is not even taking place in our own solar system nor galaxy. The series is taking place like outside of it. So I want to ask, what the heck are you guys talking about?
I always like the idea of, like, because no matter what.
One of my favorite episodes was Funny Video, because it is in fact a lore tidbit. This piece has lore in the video, but still, question is, what the heck do you mean our solar system? What the heck are you guys asking?
Universe anyone's in, there's always some. I always like the idea of, like, because
this episode basically has some lore into it. You just gotta listen real carefully. I'm gonna put it on the highest volume that I can.
No matter what.
But this episode has a lot of lore that either you guys may or may not miss. Still, I don't get what the heck you mean when you said our solar system. I just don't get that because that makes no sense. This is a space universe. Also, if you're going to talk about our solar system, during the space war, Venus is killed. Venus is gone. There is no such thing as Venus. It just does not exist. The planet Venus is just gone. What's it?
Universe anyone's in, there's always some guy who's, for some reason, completely fucking speciesist and or racist. They, like I said, no matter what kind of evolution there is, there's always
that quote in because I was still questioning it. Like, why?
that one
But I gotta remember, there is always that one dude.
motherfucker that has that kind of an opinion.
Every single grandpa that does that.
Exactly. There's always that one old guy. There's always a grandpa who is and or racist.
Do the beep. Oh, my favorite.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. No, do the thing. Do the roar.
War of the World sound.
Do the roar. Do the roar.
What the fuck does this sound? What is it supposed to sound like?
Oh yeah. During the space war, Venus is just gone. It's just gone. No, it's not because of the gas giants. It was mostly because of the space war. So this is a very lore-fulfilling episode.
Dad?
I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna.
You?
Dad? Hey!
Dad?
Oh, I'm just gonna. Oh, I gotta take a break from the mask. I gotta take a break. Give me a moment. I'm gonna turn this off. Oh my god, my eyes. My eyes were killing me. I'm telling you, my eyes legit are killing me. But this is a lore-filled video right here. This.
They think that they were too smart and messing with human evolution. But they forget that that's my job. You don't mess with my God's ways. You don't mess with my ways.
Lore.
It's my lab. And these are my rules. You follow my rules. And you stay alive. But let's make sure that what are you waiting for? Hold it. Hold it.
Extremely lore-fulfilling.
You're correct on what species to conquer.
So this lasts for a while. I'm just gonna let this. I'll answer that. I'll just answer that after this horrifying video.
Right to the
But
chest.
this gives you some else lore.
What are you waiting for?
This is by far one of my creepiest videos I've made.
This broadcast does not belong to you. Humanity is so entirely stupid. And yet, we created them by just creating a single embryo. It's beautiful to see, yet disgusting to watch. We are waiting for the day to officially make sure that their work is ended. But I think they already have done our job.
This was scary.
It's brilliant.
Simple, but it was scary. It was definitely scary.
So brilliant. I can always remember the first test subjects we ever had in these mighty labs. I can't remember their names clearly as it's been a few centuries ago.
Yeah. So, there is definitely a higher being
But
doing
in
this,
many
but
cases,
I'm
I
not
think
gonna let you know what the heck it
they're
is.
known as Subject A and E. They broke our ways by eating over plant specimens. They disappoint me. They left our beautiful, beautiful garden to just go free outside of our borders. That's why I make sure to keep everyone here secure. Going across the world, we can always manipulate power. Subjects are always beautiful to spread.
I gotta admit, This is by far the future.
Oh, so wonderful to see.
I remember those. It was a simple game, Fuel Playground.
Especially once they start growing. Infections start off slowly, but I make sure to make it fast. Or at least try, at least. Infectious madness always have been a great experimentation to try with the other games. Yet I always have the broken fingers to fix everything. Our most wonderful test subjects to always try is the ones that don't fully understand the power. It's so beautiful just to see that their tiny little faces get the real issue in their tiny worlds. It's always so beautiful to see. So beautiful. Yet so free just to watch. Oh, things must grow and die. At least, for our creations, that is precise. Anything else out there stays as long as the star. It's a beautiful specimen, isn't it? The beauties that life gives, life takes.
Terrifying.
Our creations grow with pure beauty and extravagance. As they grow into beautiful husks of themselves, until there is nothing left of the original form. Something that I love to see.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause it there because I'm not gonna give out more. But so during the okay, I don't know if you guys are still there, but Lilligant. So the space wars were caused by a few circumstances, mostly by humanity's Area 51 killing off some alien, or at least some species beyond their own planet, just taking a tour across Earth, and mostly due to what might have happened in 1863, I believe. But basically, the space war was caused by a lot of species from other planets getting really upset with Earth, and they started war. And then Earth did the same. But yeah, that's a lot. Oh, let me get my mask back out, because now I finally rested up. I can now show my face once more. But if I could describe what the space war was like, I could describe it in two different ways: what it was about and what was it like. What it was like, it was kind of like World War II, but with Death Stars instead of tanks. And for what it was about, I think Rick and Morty is probably the best thing I can really ask. You know the episode with the hive mind where basically after they start like getting control, there's this one dude that runs by. He does say something. I don't know if I could say it on here, but it's basically what the space war was about. And what? What do you mean, yes? Oh, okay. It's probably just the delay moment, but what I'm gonna say this clearly. I'm hoping YouTube does not delete this, but basically, this, in the words of Rick and Morty, the space wars were just like this one dude in the episode. He says race war. That's kind of what it was mostly about during the space war. It was more of a race problem. And after the space war, there was peace among the galaxy because of Bezel Corp. But I can't really describe what happened in there, but I can definitely say that a few of our planets are destroyed. Venus is gone. It's sad to say, but Pluto's dead. And a few planets that we like are very much gone from our solar system. Fully destroyed. But still. I don't want to go that far because for starters, one, the Space Wars did start around 2040 or 2041, so I don't want to go that far in the idea that's what it was like, but it was sort of a race problem. I don't want slavery to be a thing in it, but there was at least a problem in that in the whole entire space war. That was kind of what it all about. It was mostly about different species, and so now in this point in time in this future, race is not really a big deal anymore. It's more about, if you're talking to an alien, you say an alien, it's more like a specious word. Because, well, it's not, because more that they're different species. So at this point in time, alien is very much kind of like a slur in this point in time. Which is kind of strange. But it makes sense. But that's the few. Oh, I gotta get this mask off. I'm just gonna have to kind of do this for a bit. Just have no screen for a while because my eyes freaking hurt from this. Oh no, don't answer that. Let me get the stream. Let me get the Steam. And let's play a game of Unstoppable Horror. But there were, in fact, I guess you could say they were, in fact, something like that, but I don't want the idea that we can hear that. Or at least, I don't like the idea that we kind of reach that point. I don't like the idea. I just don't. Yeah, so, yeah, alien, the word alien at this point in time is just really offensive. It's kind of like, in the words, I can go for a quote of Rick and Morty to represent it, but I would be very much a glip-glop if I did that, which is a not good word. Also, since you, Logan, is the same person who played Jenny from the Space News Network, it was really funny just to hear you just say alien friends as if it was a normal thing, and And yet I was like, wait a minute, would that technically be like would technically be kind of like someone saying a slur on the news channel? But I'm just gonna be playing this. So at least we have some time while we're doing this. There's many different things that might have happened during the space war. All I'm gonna say is that a lot of planets were killed off. Like, a lot. Like, I can't, if I had a quarter for how many planets that were destroyed, I would probably be close to having maybe 20 or $50. And let's keep in mind that we're only staying in our own galaxy. During the series that we have right now, it's only like at the point of the outside of their galaxy. They're going beyond their solar system and galaxy. Yeah, of course you realize that. So, a lot of which, actually no, I'll probably play this. While I'm asking the Q&A. I'll just play it in creative mode while I'm doing this. Yeah, a lot of planets are gone. Any more questions you want to ask? Well, shit, I guess I messed it up real badly, to the point that I can't even it won't even answer itself. Retry the sync. Oh, I already know where that's. I already know what's happening outside my screen. Ah, there we go. Yep. I'm just gonna play creative mode for now, just because I am a little worried because I don't want to go through that same gameplay again while I'm talking to you guys. Let me just.
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete.
Alright, so while that's happening, going back to chat with you. Yeah, there are hundreds of thousands of different queens and kings. That's the point of a monarch. That's the point of a monarchy, my friend. That is the point. You you're treating the alien, you're treating like species beyond other planets like they're just like they don't know how to make a society. There are monarchies, militaries, countries. Keep in mind at this point in time, multiple different ones kind of work together and they kind of like live as a society. Some of them are actually, some of them actually do live on,
You think you outsmarted me? The mighty
some of them do in fact live on Earth. They just kind of live in communities. Think of this point in time as this is sort of, I put it as a period of time, the space era. Different species from different planets working together to make peace.
Whoa, Pete. Oh, looks like you really stepped in it this time. Just where in the world are you? Hello?
But you're treating this more like these guys don't know how to do anything. I get the questions, but anyway, we gotta get back to the series because we're going beyond this and just going into lore of the background. We're not thinking about what's in the story. Also, I'm gonna
Curious. Ophidonia.
I punched an aphid in the face.
Hey, a common example of the Formicidae family.
You can't hurt me at this point. Just gonna punch you in the face. It's a punch battle, my friend. It's a punch battle, and you're running.
signal detected.
What's that? It sounds like a radio signal. It must be being transmitted from nearby.
I get you. Now where the hell am I? Must have messed up something. Hold up. Checking game settings. Crap. I have no recipes, so I can just walk around and just legit just I'm creative. All I can really do is just walk around and just expect death. This spot right here. Hey, moment, I could be attacked by some sort of giant spider that could be in this cave. What's that? But anyway, I'm just gonna let this go by while I answer. What do they do to you? I'm sorry, who are you talking about exactly? Because we're talking about the space war, there's like different circumstances. I'm playing a survival game. I don't know how to fight a spider. But keep in mind I'm in creative mode, so I'm pretty lucky. So even if I did get attacked by this thing, I won't really be killed off. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh shit. I perceive. Come on. Let me. Let's go. Can you, if I force you in the corner, will you be able to I'm just gonna let this kind of go by. I don't think you get that. I don't think you get where this is going, Kit. Because, like, this is not. Because we gotta treat species beyond their planets more like people than monsters. I know you're going with the space war, but, like, even people like those had standards. This is war, not massacre. In real life, this is by far the scariest thing ever. And I would probably die if I was in this case. Almost there. Gonna get you. Land on you. Land on you. This close to you. You're going with the idea that the spiders. No, you're going with the idea that the species are in fact not sentient and that they're just monsters. Our main characters are the characters in Disconnected, and that is Dan and Flair in this case. But they are in fact the characters of the story. Oh, I'm gonna move you so on the other side so I can have you be placed over here so I can actually read your thing. Right, a spider. let's go back to you because honestly, I'm starting to get bored. The main characters are two types of species. We got the human, which is Dan, and Flair, which is I keep forgetting the name. Foxitonian. And that makes sense because well and all that, but I don't really have much. With the series growing, it's more of a thing right but now I can finally I got the mask back. It's back once more. There we go. It's the mask. I am getting more and more tired. So you know what? Hold up. I got something. I got an idea. Alright, there we go. It's good. I got sick for the morning. Felt a little better for the afternoon, but I'm still feeling a little under the weather. It's probably my sinuses. I wish I could, like, at least take off this mask because it's really tiresome, but I don't want to because I don't want to mess up my identity. So, alright, hold up. I'm gonna do something real quick. Oh. There we go. There we go. Now I can only see the top of my head. It's doing great. Okay, there we go. You guys can only see the top of my head, but I still have the mask. The mask is still here. My throat hurts so very, very badly. Give me a moment. I need a drink. So, I am still trying to get some people to join our stream. It seems like a few have disappeared, a few have not. But I do have lore, and I will in fact tell people some amounts of the lore. I'm not going to tell everyone the story, because that just would be just a really lame-ass situation. Super lame. Like, super duper lame to explain everything. But I do love giving and asking people questions. I like to answer people's questions, and so I'm always fine if you guys ask anything, even during the community. I will try my best to get a social media. I don't trust them, but I will do it to at least get more popularity during this. But this is gonna be the end of the stream. I am super tired during this, but oh, okay. But this is gonna have to be the end of this. I know that I know. It's been like only a few minutes, but I'm just pretty tired of this mask and I'm done with it. And I can't really do it without it. Besides, I'm getting a little. My throat has been in pain for a while, so I'm gonna have to be fine for now. I hope you guys loved the Q&A, I guess. You guys can enjoy it, you guys can laugh, you guys can question even when I'm not here. But I will see every one of y'all later. You guys have a wonderful day. And get ready for episode 3.